Welcome back to Hearthstone ESL Legendary Series. I'm your host Marcin Nimsh-Filipovic, joined here by Janis Savits Mikkonen, and we're having a lot of fun just commentating on the matches and watching those players fight to qualify for the finals at IEM Katowice. Janne, how are you so far?
I'm great. I mean, we've seen 3 matches and we have 5 more to go. I wish there was like 15 more to go, actually. Like, the matches have been really great. The last one was kind of quick and one-sided, but the first 2 were really down to the wire. And I think that now with the lifecoach izual512, it might come down to the rope who's going to come out ahead on that one.
Right, because the next match is lifecoach versus izual512, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Izual from No Mercy, life coach from Nihilum, or is it Nihilum or Nihilum?
Nihilum.
Nihilum.
I believe. Yeah.
All right. So, what do you know about life coach?
He just won a tournament last weekend, the King Win for Charity Spring, and he's been really on top of his game lately. So he's looking confident. But there's another factor coming into this because his deck lists have kind of been relieved. His deck lists have been revealed. So. There might be some information there for Izual if he's done his homework.
All right. So for Izual, we know that he's a Polish player from No Mercy, and he played some Magic the Gathering before, and he also has some experience in another game that lifecoach played. So they are both coming from this different game that they played for money, and this will be interesting to see a match of those players. Who had those experiences in a similar game.
Look at that, there's a shaman in there.
There's a shaman, oh my god, there's an actual shaman.
And there's no druid from lifecoach.
No druid from lifecoach. So 16 druids, you said?
So far it's been, I think 2 players have not brought druid.
Yeah, far better than lifecoach.
Yes, I mean, that's right. And instead lifecoach has most likely a handlock. Because that's the deck that he prefers to play. I don't think I ever seen him play Zoo.
Demon Lock? Possibly.
It could be Demon Lock, but he played a handlock in the King Win tournament, so I think it's likely that he's also going to play it here. He was confident about the deck, and he's been successful with it, so why not bring it again?
He also brings a Paladin and a Mage. Is there any chance for a Freeze Mage?
Let the hunt begin.
I guess there's a small chance, but I would imagine it's going to be Max.
All right. So we are going to see the first match here. Izual, I believe, playing Hunter.
Face Hunter. We saw a Wolf Rider in there, so I believe it's going to be one of those games, which might be really good for him here, because lifecoach is known to play a little bit slower version of the Paladin with piloted Sky Golems, which are pretty much unplayable in this matchup because they are so slow, and by the time you play it, 6 mana, no immediate effect, you might already be dead.
Lifecoach playing a slower Paladin, that's really surprising for Lifecoach. I would never say that he will play a slow deck.
No way, Lifecoach playing late game control deck. Can't be.
Well, he is the creator of the Lifecoach Sunshine Hunter, so. All right, so here we are going to see a Leopard Imp, so I'm already happy. And maybe...
Wow, that's a great draw right there with the Scientist. Otherwise his turn would have been kind of bad. He didn't really want to play the Sergeant or the Owl there, so it would have been probably just a hero power, but now he picks up the perfect turn too.
Yeah, that's one of the perfect cards to play there. But then he doesn't really have a follow-up. He doesn't have Animal Companion, he has this Abusive.
Nope.
Halted Creeper, another great pickup. Like, this is a card you want to develop. You might only think, do you want to have 4 minions on board because of a possible mind control tag? But then...
Or Consecration, because he still has the coin too, so if he played the Haunted Creeper and the Abusive Sergeant, there's a potential that coach would pop the Spider first and then consecrate his entire board.
You might also think about Silence here as a play. Just silence the 2/2 so it doesn't kill any of his stuff.
It's possible, but with this deck you really want to save the Silence for Sludge Belcher.
Yeah.
Because otherwise that card can cause a lot of problems with your Wolf Riders and cards like that. So I like the play here, going just Abusive Sergeant and
Hero Power. Yeah, you do want to, because you have a limited amount of cards as a face hunter, you don't have that much draw. You do want to abuse the Hero Power and use it almost every turn. And then next turn he will have a Haunted Creeper or maybe probably Haunted Creeper and a Hero Power again. So for Lifecoach, Lifecoach does have ways to deal with the board against the face hunter. He has this shielded mini-bot that he played. Now he can develop the Master for Battle. It can be a bit dangerous versus
Unleash.
But then, can you really not take a risk here? Like, you do want to have board to trade versus, because Face Hunter is just going to go for face. Like, Face Hunter is not going to trade versus your minions, which gives you a chance with the coin and Quartermaster to develop an amazing board that's resistant to explosive trap that we're probably going to see from Mad Scientist, and at least to counter a bit of this board. Like, you probably just go for.
I would probably leave the Scientist up here.
Same, but I'm not sure if it actually matters. I think it's actually a good call. If by any chance Hunter decides to trade, it's better if he goes with a Leper Gnome into a 2-2, so that you do play the Quartermaster.
That's true. Wow, already down to 14, and there's also the Leper Gnome, which is 2 extra damage.
So that's 12, and with Silence and Arcane Golem. Well, a life coach needs to pick up a heal at some point. He is going also like Explosive Trap. Yep. That's another, so it's 10.
I'm sure the life coach plays heal, but at least 1, if not even 2 in there. But he doesn't even have it yet, and he has no time to play all his stuff.
Yeah, so here for life coach, he needs to probably clear the board and activate the Explosive Trap just in case of Eaglehorn Bow for a safe Belcher next turn.
Yeah, probably trade for everything and then coin out the Belcher. He could also, there's the 3/1/1s on the board right now. So
yeah.
he could Quartermaster, but I don't know. I think the trades are better here.
Yeah, I tend to agree. Like, even if you do develop a big board, it doesn't change much. So he can trade with everything and trigger the trap still with the weapon.
Yep.
Is there any reason not to trigger this trap? If you play Chasm, maybe.
Oh.
So life coach is going to get to rope. This is really surprising. He's known.
This is really surprising.
And what his play is surprising as well. Like, he didn't. Oh.
Wow.
Wow. Unleash the Hounds.
Unleash Owl, like, it has to be.
It's 4 points of damage for free, and you still do have this Explosive Trap.
Yeah, and the Arcane Golem hero buff for next turn.
Even a Hunter's Mark if there is
so powerful. That was such a great pickup right there.
Okay, so Face Hunter is going to go for face.
Surprise! Wow, this is looking really bad for life coach right now.
Interesting. Hunter's Mark on Sludge Belcher is an option to deal with it, but I don't think it is necessary.
I don't think it's necessary either. Why would you do that? That's game 1, just like that. There's no way to stop the 6 damage coming in from the Arcane Golem hero power next turn.
But this is the thing where the Conquest format actually shines, because, alright, Izual was able to steal this one game with a Face Hunter, but Face Hunter is out. Like, it's done. No more Face Hunter in this match.
Yep. I'm really happy about it, because I'm not a huge fan of the Face Hunter.
It does require some skill.
That's true. It's not like the deck doesn't play itself. There's some really small decisions that can actually make a huge difference, like when to go face and when, because sometimes you really do have to trade, and it's also about not playing too much stuff. Like, when do you play a lot of stuff, and when do you hold back?
Yeah, exactly. Like for Izual, turn 3, he just played Abusive Surgeon and his hero power. And this allowed him to use the hero power on the next turn and develop the board and have a full turn every turn. Basically, with Face Hunter, you do have the limited amount of turns. Like, say, the mulligan is super important, what you keep, what you mulligan. Then the fact, how do you spend those 6 turns? And it, like, a small decision might make a difference between winning the game, having exact point of damage, or, well, he top-decked the bow still, but yeah. Those small differences, small things, will cost you the game if you do something wrong.
Wow.
Alright, so Life Coach is going to drop game number 1, but this is still early. He still has his Paladin. He just needs to win 1 more game with this Paladin to get it through, and no more Hunter for him. So.
Yeah. That was it was really one-sided game, but it was kind of expected that the Hunter would have an advantage there, but also the draw was there with the Owl and some smart decisions there, not wasting the Owl early on and just picking up that Unleash on that critical time.
What was the importance of the blind pick? Because we do, like in a Conquest format, you do have the blind, you know the classes that your opponent has, and you do blind pick first. So was there any advantage that Izual had? That, well, obviously he had a good matchup, like he found himself in a face hunter versus paladin, which is a good matchup. But was it planned? Can you tell, like, would you expect like lifecoach to open?
No, I don't think there's really any like mind games to that.
Okay.
You can just pick a random order, to be honest. I think for the first deck, I mean, there are some different strategies going into it. Like you can try if you play warrior, you can try to like play it early on, or you can just start with whatever you think does well against all the opponent's decks. There's like arguments can be made in favor of both cases, whether to play something that's all around strong or something that can struggle when your opponent only has a couple of decks left.
It seems like this new format is a reversal of the old one, because in the beginning there is maybe not that much strategy because everybody has free decks and you go for the blind picks. But then there is a lot of strategy maybe at the end when you know that decks are eliminated. Like how do you face other decks? But I was talking to Strifecrew about it, and he told me that it's good to randomize it completely. Just use the randomizer. Don't think. Just pick random deck every round.
I actually kind of feel the same way. I don't think there's that much like mind games going into it really. And, you can, in this format, you can just play it in any order.
I like it. I like it because like the old format, we mostly faced counters. So there is a deck, the deck wins, and then somebody picks a counter which has 70% advantage to win the match, or maybe even more.
Yeah.
And here we have those random. We just saw kind of like a counter game, but that was by chance. Like normally you do see even matches.
Yeah, and also another thing about that is that we kind of got to see a lot of the same matchups. So for example, that infamous Warrior Druid matchup. If you manage to win that one game with Warrior, you know that the next game is going to be Druid. So in every match with the last hero standing, if those class were brought, that we would just see that after the game, we would always get that matchup. So in this format, we might get some interesting matchups that we normally don't see in last hero standing.
Yeah, that's definitely a plus. So lifecoach is going to decide to take his paladin again. No mind games there. He just thinks like, yeah, I can win with this paladin. That's for sure. And izual is going to show the shaman deck. What is your guess?
Paladin. This is heavily favored for the paladin. I played a lot of paladin in January season, and I had some incredible stats with it against shaman. I think I was like 11-0 or something.
11-0 versus shaman.
Yeah,
that's like pretty good.
It was really, it's a good matchup for the paladin.
But which shaman? Because right now we have, I think, 3 versions.
That's true.
We have a standard shaman with like lightning storms and feral spirit. We do have a mech shaman, which is super bursty with Zap-O-Matic and with lava burst and doomhammer, and we do have a mixture of a mech and a standard one.
Like when I used to play it was just a standard shaman, and I don't have that much experience against the mech shaman, but I do think that it also favors the paladin, because mech shaman is one of the worst decks at recovering from a board clear, and paladin does have that strong equality clear, and also mech shaman doesn't run any lightning storms usually, so you might get awesome value with the master for battle. But this is not a mech shaman.
Well, there is one mech.
Yeah, but that's like the standard 4-drop, I guess, for shaman.
So I feel like it's a good opening for shaman. You do have zombie chow, you can throw them up next turn, and then you coin the shredder, so I like it for the shaman.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
And for the paladin, you do have master, and then, wow, you have an amazing curve.
Yeah, that's great.
Right, so good hands for both players. We are going to see who is going to win. We have the names swapped.
Wow, that's the best totem he could have gotten.
Yeah, healing totem is pretty amazing here.
Yep, the names are actually wrong there. It's lifecoach playing the paladin and izual on the shaman.
If you ever have doubts which player is playing, like who is playing what, just whoever clicks on end turn first is izual. Right now we can see lifecoach just played master for battle.
If you see somebody roping, it's most likely lifecoach. By the way, here I actually think you hit the... Yeah, because of the healing totem, it's gonna heal back, but he's most likely still gonna use the zombie to clear a 1-1, so it's not gonna heal back to full.
By the way, lifecoach is taking so much time because he is thinking about a couple of turns ahead, so it's not like he played master and then he was really thinking about stuff. Well, he was thinking about attacking zombie chow there, but he's taking his time to think about the game as a whole.
Yeah, to think about the future turns too.
Yeah.
Okay, in some of the future turns, you might end up with a really difficult decision. If you already planned it out on the previous turn, then you kind of have more than that 90 seconds, I guess.
Alright, so here we saw the attack Zombie Chow, and now he enabled himself to clear the Zombie Chow with one of the tokens and weapon attack.
Yep, it's really tempting to take out the healing totem too, though. I don't think this is an obvious decision. At least to me, it's not completely obvious.
Oh yeah, the free totem is tempting. The overall strategy, well, lifecoach doesn't have the board clear. That's important as well, because versus Shaman you do want to clear the board.
That's true. And he doesn't have access to that just yet.
This Zombie Chow is going to clear the Piloted Shredder.
Yep.
That's a pretty sick clear.
Looks like Piloted Shredder, coin, Earthshock. And just trade the zombie for the Shredder.
Yeah, and kill one of the tokens, so you have a very strong board and you limit the possibility of a Quartermaster.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Is there anything else?
I'm just thinking, like, you do have a board, totem up. It's like, I really want to airshock this Piloted Shredder.
Yeah, me too. And also that Zombie Chow is already on its last breath. Yeah.
I don't think there's any other play. Like, if you... Definitely you don't develop Flame Tongue totems here. If you really want to totem up, then you do play Flame Tongue, but then you won't be able to trade really well.
Wow, okay, I'm really interested to see what's he gonna do.
The reason might be you want to fire
okay.
Elemental on 5.
I see, yeah, he wants to do the Fire Elemental next time. I guess that's okay.
So it's like valuing Fire Elemental on 5 more than having a Piloted Shredder right now.
It's also, this is, I wouldn't call this bad, because he doesn't have a turn 5 play.
Yeah, this is definitely not a bad play, it's a different approach.
Yeah, because his next turn would have been pretty bad, most likely, with that hand, and so now he kind of has a strong play for next turn, even though his board is now a lot weaker. He only got a totem instead of the 4/4. I mean the 4/3.
Yeah, but possibly also that play was like the Piloted Shredder play was weak to Consecration, because Consecration and weapon attack clears your board, kind of.
Kinda. I mean, you still get the Death Realm in, but this worked out fine. He has a really good clear for them. For that now. Although the weapon, which is only one attack, has been so good. He actually got so much value out of it, killing the totems, hitting the Zombie Chow multiple times, and now getting rid of that annoying thing.
The 2/1, yeah, but you maybe play True Silver and try to kill the 6/5, and you can clear with True Silver and develop Shielded Minibot, because if you kill the 2/1 with the weapon, you can possibly develop Piloted Sky Golem.
Piloted Sky Golem doesn't look that tempting because of the potential hex, but I don't know.
Do you like True Silver? I like True Silver actually. Like, develop True Silver now, kill the 6/5, and
I think you can do the True Silver next turn. But what does he play here if he doesn't play the True Silver? If the Piloted Sky Golem is not good, maybe the Golem is actually fine because it limits the mana, even if there is a hex. If there's no hex, he's gonna get rewarded, which is what is gonna happen here.
True. That's a bold play.
Yeah.
There is an airshock pickup for this Piloted Sky Golem.
But alone it's not enough to deal with, and he also needs to use the Crackle.
He can possibly trade with, but that's awkward. But then you do Crackle the 1/2. Wait, no, that does make sense. You attack into 1/2 with a Fire Elemental.
Yeah.
You airshock and Crackle, and you still have 3 mana to develop a totem, I guess. And you leave the 1/1 on board.
None of these options seem perfect.
Yeah, at least you do deal with the Sky Golem 100%, because it will have free health.
I think you do the Chuck Crackle. It doesn't feel great, because he can't really develop his own board that much. Or not at all, really, like that totem is useless.
Yeah, also you can't really ignore the board. It's not like you're ahead and you can trade, well, not trade stuff, just go for face. So you do have to clear this. Yeah, that's working pretty well for lifecoach.
Yep.
That's a lot of resources. And Shaman actually in a weird spot where the 6/4 can be traded easily. Well, True Silver just kills it.
Yeah.
You can even limit the damage if you want with Aldor.
This is too good to pass up for the True Silver.
Like Aldor or True Silver?
No. You can
leave
take the
Aldor?
6. I think it's a waste of Aldor actually.
Because, well, what are the other targets? Neptune and Fire Elemental.
You need to keep those in mind. There's no equality yet. And also like Dr. Boom could be coming. Well, he's overloaded, but I would really value keeping the Aldor here
Definitely
for the
agree with
Neptulon or Dr. Boom. He's at 27 right now. He's even gonna heal up to with the True Silver.
So True Silver and I guess shielded mini bots.
Yeah, that should be fine. Or he could also master first and then True Silver.
Would you go with Master into 4 cards? Possible Lightning Storm. I think that would be risky actually.
I wouldn't mind the Lightning Storm actually. Like, I would be okay with trading the Master one once for that.
But that's the second Master.
It's true, but I think it's possible that Lifecoach only plays 1 Quartermaster. Because he also has the heal bot and you can't really fit in 10
Sky
5
Golem and
drops.
heal bots.
Yeah, it's pretty expensive deck.
I think you possibly can, like if you don't play Defender of Argus, if you don't play the Hammer, you just go for you don't play any other 6 drops. Like you don't play Sylvanas, you don't play Black Knight. Then you should be able to fit those cards. Like most of the Paladin decks, there is the difference of 4 cards, and those are the cards. Like some people have Healbot, Sky Golem, Argus, Hammer.
Does decide to save the Master, and I can't really blame him for that, because like you said, it's the last Master for battle. So in combination with the Quartermaster, it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, like even if there is Lightning Storm, after you play Quartermaster Master, there is Lightning Storm, there is a chance with no spell damage that your minions will survive.
Yep.
So you're getting value there. Alright, so Isul is going to play some Deferral minions here. Continue developing the board. Deferral minions are great for Shaman, especially if you have those Flame Tongues, but if Lifecoach is able to deal with those minions, then Isul will be in trouble.
Yeah, those Flame Tongues are not really working out so well right now.
And Lifecoach can deal with this easily with Consecration. He can attack a 1-2 with a 2-2. He can attack. Well, first attack maybe the 4-3 with a weapon.
Yeah, I think before doing anything, you see what comes out of the Shredder. Before doing anything else, I mean. Oh, that's actually pretty good. For Izual, that is.
Yeah.
This situation.
Because Consecration doesn't clear it.
Yeah, like anything that would have died to the Consecration or just the shielded mini, but I actually would love to keep the Consecration in this spot against the Shaman, because it's a really valuable card because of all the like feral spirits and the totems.
Well, honestly, it's still looking great for Lifecoach. He can just develop Sky Golem, and there is we have those Flame Tongue totems, but I guess there is no reason not to develop the Sky Golem here.
Yeah, there's no reason to Aldor, there's no reason to heal bot. Seems like the only play.
You even go for face. Like, you don't want to face 3 minions. Rockbiter is kind of like a blank. Or is it? You cannot buff enemy minion, right?
No.
You cannot execute Sylvanas.
I think in early beta you were able to do that. I'm not actually sure. At least nowadays you can't.
Well, the spider is going to trade with 6-4, so it's not terrible.
Let's see.
Alright, we're going to see a minion here, Water Elemental.
Shadows.
Oh,
I guess that's kind of average.
Shadows. A 4-4 is not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. Could have been worse.
4 health is actually important because he won't be able. Well, you probably don't play double Flame Tongue here anyway.
No, such an awkward hand for the Shaman. If he picks up, let's say, Neptulon, he's not out of this just yet, although it looks really bad.
Well, the thing is, like Shaman and Paladin, they do have similar hands and they don't have to draw. So this can end up in a kind of like a top decking game. And Shaman is really strong end game. Pyromancer is a nice pickup.
Nice combo with the Master of Battle.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's kill the dudes. There was a discussion on Twitter some time ago. How many dudes have died overall in Hearthstone?
I want to know.
Yes, we need to know how many dudes sacrificed their lives.
Too many.
Shaman with an armor.
Yeah.
Alright, so here mostly this game will be about trying to get the board position. Master for Battle here is fine, you just get that weapon.
Probably not wanting to play anything more from the hand, because then there's just too much value in the Lightning Storm.
Yeah,
And
those
he's
are
slow on
conditional
cards. Yeah,
Those are also conditional cards.
that's true. I mean, Healbot is not that conditional. You would still get the full heal out of it, but I mean, I would personally, I would just play around the Lightning Storm here.
I think Healbot is conditional in a way, so that you don't know what your opponent has. Your opponent is holding 3 cards. As far as you know, it can be another Crackle and double Lava Burst. So with Healbot, you're basically concealing your amount of health.
He does play the Healbot here, and there's no Lightning Storm, so he's not gonna get punished for it.
Oh my god, there is a Hex! What do you Hex? The biggest target on the board is a 4/4 Azure Drake.
There was actually a tiny misplay there with the positioning, because he might roll a Taunt Totem if he's playing the Flame Tongue. So he should have placed the Drake on the left side of the 1/1.
Yeah, that's one of the things, like, as when you play as a Shaman, you always place the bigger minion on the left.
Yeah, that was strictly a misplay.
Well, whatever totem you would get.
Now it's kind of irrelevant, I guess, but because the Flame Tongue is gonna die first anyway. But if he got a Taunt Totem, it would have actually been meaningful.
That would, yeah, help me. Alright, so Life Coach, no Lightning Storm being faced, no Quartermaster for Life Coach. He has the weapon, it's not bad. He will be able to remove this 4/4 without any cost. So he can basically clear and go for face.
Yep, I like it.
I would just develop the weapon, kill everything, and Rainforce, go face, pass.
Yep.
By this time you know there is no Lightning Storm.
They got the Flame Tongue with 3 damage, and they got the Drake with the True Silver. Kill the totem, go face. Oh, okay.
Oh, he decides to go... maybe then he wants to use True Silver as a burst card.
What that means is that he values the True Silver higher than the Consecration.
And that's definitely correct, because at this stage he knows that the cards and your opponent has 2 cards that got never played. And Life Coach is one of those players who like keeps track of the cards in opposing hand. So you know that your opponent doesn't have a way to
like swarm the board.
Swarm the board.
Yeah.
That's why Consecration is useless, where True Silver Weapon still will be good versus those bigger targets that can show up.
I guess that's fair.
And it can be used as a burst card.
Wow, no fear. But now here he knows that there is no Lightning Storm, because if there...
There's
there
Lightning Storm! Life Coach overextended into its top deck Lightning Storm.
Yeah, that's like a... I feel like he already kind of overextended last time, but there was no Storm. There's always the possibility that it gets drawn. And he rolls high
on everything.
Wow.
Izual gives himself a chance to come back. Right now in this game, Life Coach only 2 cards in his hand. He has this True Silver. And this is a point where Shaman can actually come back, because Shaman is good. Like, Shaman will be developing those totems.
There is hope, but I think it's Neptulon. Like, that's the way you refuel your hand with the Shaman. That's almost the only thing.
Or Dr. Boom.
Dr. Boom would give him a lot of pressure. Like, it would give him a chance instantly to get kind of ahead. But
Belcher is not bad, but is it enough for Life Coach to put pressure on the Shaman?
It's alright. Life Coach is definitely still pretty far ahead. I've played a bunch of these games, and the Paladin is just better at outlasting the Shaman than the Shaman is at outlasting the Paladin.
Do you go with True Silver, or... like, because there's a couple of choices. Like, do you want to lose the minion, or do you just True Silver and keep the minion and keep the Flame Tongue, or do you attack the 2/2 and then True Silver does it, you're free, play Belcher? You definitely play Belcher this turn.
Oh yeah.
But then...
that's actually interesting.
You can also YOLO... No, it doesn't make sense. Like, I was thinking about Aldor on a... Totem? No, it doesn't mean... no, it doesn't do anything. It's still buffed.
Probably... it's not that obvious.
Yeah, no. Well...
I would be tempted to take it out before something like Feral Spirits comes down.
Yeah.
Because after that it's going to be protected. Like, if there's a Belcher, or if there's Feral Spirits, then he can't get to the Flame Tongue anymore that easily.
True. But then you also waste the charge on True Silver.
That's true, and it doesn't deal any damage, so...
funny how there's only 3 cards and so many decisions.
That's how he ropes. 3 cards in the rope.
He managed to reinforce. Okay, there is a dude in the play now. A life coach actually did something totally different. There is a fire elemental that's a big card to get.
Yeah.
And Easel has mana for that. He can actually clear the Belcher now. So you do
Yeah,
play.
he can clear the front half of it. He doesn't have mana to use both the Hex and the Fire Elemental.
Yeah, he. How do you like Totem before? I would like to attack first and try to get a
new
Totem.
taunt?
Yeah,
I think that's fair. Because it seemed like he's gonna do the attack anyway, so the taunt is the best one to get. Actually didn't think about that, but you're right.
Alright, so that's a blank for Life Coach, small 3/3 creature.
We have a little bit of issue with the spectator blinds right now, so we can only see the one player's hand. But
we know
it was Big Game Hunter and Hex.
Yeah, Big Game Hunter and Hex. Alright, so Life Coach is going to clear two dudes here. Aldor on a 6/5. You basically get the board.
Yeah, he could play it in their hand. He already knows the one storm is gone. And those are not even guaranteed to die to the storm, even if there is a last one. But I wouldn't blame him for holding one card back here.
He overextends again.
Alright. Well, he knows that there's no storm.
Well, there can be a second storm.
It could be. I mean, he could top deck it.
And is that a storm?
What is it?
Storm Coach?
Toteming first?
Before the storm.
Toteming first usually means that it's a storm. But it is so few cards that it doesn't necessarily mean it here.
That's a Feral Spirit, okay.
Alright, so
the game is not over, for sure.
Ooh.
Oh wow,
But he can't really get benefit out of it. Just maybe he can actually with the 2/2s. Oh yeah, with the shielded minibot and even the slime.
You can resurrect the dudes.
That's
come on.
actually really good. Yeah, you definitely play it. You want the shielded minibot to get the shield back.
Yeah, there is no reason not to play it. But there is a Hex waiting for this Galfazad.
That's true, but it already gets some value.
So you get the shield back with shielded minibots. Is there anything else?
Kill that with a 3/3, then the 1/1s and the other 3/3.
Can you quickly explain for the viewers, because we have a tricky situation here with a lot of minions. What is the order of resurrection? So after you play Galfazad, did they resurrect?
Oh yeah, they
order?
resurrect in the order that they have been killed. So the minions that you want to resurrect are the ones that you want to trade with first to make sure that those spawn. So in this situation, for example, if he had like more 1/1s in the board that he was suiciding, he should first kill off the shielded minibot, then kill off the slime, because those are the minions that he wants to bring back.
Alright, so Izual, hexing Galfazad, picking up Sludge Belcher. His last card is BGH. And this game is still not over. There's Life Coach does have a lot of minions, but the Sludge Belcher will be...
It's gonna... Well, that's the true silver, so maybe it's not gonna take out so many of those. What is he gonna pick up?
Acolyte of Pain is kind of like a blank right now. So Izual needs a second Lightning Storm.
But it's like, even the Lightning Storm, it doesn't really give him an advantage, it only evens things up.
And with Acolyte of Pain, Life Coach is going to draw at least one card from that.
That's true.
Did you expect like this game will go like this? Like,
Yeah, after seeing the early hand where he had where the shaman player had the 2 flame tongues and couldn't really get use out of them, it seemed like it would go it would be a long game, and usually the long games do favor the paladin.
Alright, so the only way to not die here... Well, there is... I guess Lightning Storm is the best, but is there any way, any other card that Shaman can pick to not die? 6, 8, 10, 11 points of damage with the weapon 15. So Izual is going to concede this game. Life Coach winning with his Paladin, which means the series is a 1-1, Janne. So...
Yeah. Wait, who won
Yeah,
first?
the first Izual won with a Face Hunter versus Paladin.
That's true.
The Life Coach was able to win with Paladin versus this Shaman. So good news is that we are going to see more of Shaman play. But what are our players going to take? So Izual keeping the Shaman alive. He's taking the Shaman again. And Lifecoach switching to his Mage because Paladin is eliminated as a winning deck. We're playing Conquest format, 3 decks for both players. There are no bans, and whenever you win your deck, you can't replay the deck. So we have to win with every deck at least once to win the format. And this is Hearthstone ESL Legendary Series, guys. One of those players is going to advance to Katowice finals at IEM, $30,000 prize pool, WCS points for the World Champs, and one of them is going to get eliminated.
Yeah, the pressure is on, definitely. Like it's the biggest tournament in Europe so far, and both of these players desperately want to get there. So much on the line. Loser gets nothing, winner gets his flight and guaranteed some money, and to get to fight for all that fame and glory. Also, it's just huge.
The stakes are really high. Izual qualified from the Polish qualifier versus Lifecoach, who got invited, but the chances are equal here.
All right.
Shaman. Wait, I was for a moment there. I thought Izual switched to Max Shaman.
I was like, what?
But there's a fireball.
The Shaman fireball.
Shaman fireball.
That's they buffed lava storm.
Oh yeah.
Lava storm. I mean,
lava burst.
Lava burst. Yeah, that's right. Lava storm.
We were talking about storm too many times like last game.
Yeah, that's true. That's why he got up.
All right, so Lifecoach is going to take his mech mage. This is not a freeze mage. Fang Thrall. And Izual is going to continue with his Shaman, which is a standard build. We haven't seen any bombs, actually. We haven't seen Neptune, we haven't seen Boom.
No, but there's the booms. I mean, it's a mage hand. But I'm sure that Dr. Boom and Neptune also is in there still, even though we didn't see them in the last game.
All right. Dr. Boom with the boom bots. I like the art for... have you played World of Warcraft before?
I've played some.
Did you face Dr. Boom? Do you remember Dr. Boom?
Yeah.
That's quite
He was
good.
not that memorable. I actually had to like refresh my memory, like Doctor Who. And then I was like, when I googled it up, I was, oh yeah, that guy in Hearthstone.
He's not Doctor Who, but
yeah. But that's my initial reaction.
Got you.
By the way, that's an amazing hand from the mage.
Wow. Well, how do you play it actually? Because it's tricky. Like, do you start with the Cogmaster or do you make Warper and Clockwork for free?
I would start with the Cogmaster for sure. You can even keep the coin here. So if you pick up another 2-drop, you can potentially next turn go make Warper, Clockwork, and even coin out the second 2-drop.
I think that's the turn. Like many players, they make a mistake. They feel like, oh my god, I have a make Warper. I have to play it this turn. But what you said is definitely correct.
Usually, if you have the Cogmaster for turn 1, you should play it. Like it's really rare situation that you have some kind of better play than that.
There is Neptune, by the way, for the Shaman.
Yep.
But opening for the Shaman is, I think it's okay, actually. Well, he is missing turn 4 if he goes for Feral Spirits.
Feral Spirits is really important in this matchup because you don't want to storm that early, and if you don't have the Ferals, you actually fall quite behind, quite far behind on the board. So it's definitely a card that he wants to see, but the Neptune is too slow for this early on.
Yeah, Neptune is definitely too slow. The problem is this Cogmaster, because if you Feral, well, next turn is turn 3? Yes. So next turn you Feral Spirit, but then this Cogmaster is going to kill one of the Ferals.
That's true.
And Make Mage is going to have advantage anyway, and there is no way for Shaman to easily kill the Mech Warper, which means that one of the 4 drops is going to get played on turn 3 anyway. Well, actually, whatever happens, one of the 4 drops is going to get played on turn 3 anyway. Because of the coin. Well, you do Feral, nothing else to do. Kill the 2-1 with a 1-1.
I would have been really tempted there to just kill off the 1-1 totem to prevent the trade with the Clockwork now. But I'm actually not sure if that would have been right.
That's a very good question. I'm thinking about possibilities. Is there like any way for the Shaman to maybe airshock your stuff? I think that was correct. I mean, like, healing the 1-1 was better than not healing the 1-1.
Might have been.
Because at this point, 3 damage doesn't matter that much, and you do still trade, and you have a 2-1. So,
Yeah.
like... Well, here, this turn, it's only a decision. Do you play Piloted Shredder, or do you play Yeti? And it's a very good question, like, what do you prefer yourself?
I don't know. I think it's really close, but here I would have going out the armor plating. I think I might have leaned towards the Yeti, but I don't know. I really don't know. I haven't played this enough. I'm not sure which is better.
It really depends on the situation, because right now you could also think about pinging, maybe, possibly. So, but Shredder versus Yeti, it really depends. Like against Shaman, Shredder is a bit awkward because of lightning bolts, well, storm as well, but bolts and Rockbiter, it's easier to remove, but you do get a minion.
And Storm is definitely a card that he needs.
Yeah, Storm was something he needed here to come back.
Unfortunate for him that there was overload, so he couldn't quite cast it yet. It should still be good next time.
But then he's getting overload for next turn as well. It's like
true.
next turn he lightning storms and then his turn is awkward again. That's the drawback of the Shaman. So for Mage here, well, basically from my experience, this matchup is all about trading in the beginning. And at some point, Mage actually is out of steam. And Shaman, miraculously, is taking over from around turn, I think like even turn 7. Like if Shaman is able to deal with all the stuff you throw at him, and even like deal with Dr. Boom, then Mage is like, oh, okay, I have no cards in my hand, and now I start up decking just Mech Warpers, Snow Chuggers, and Shaman's just building up the board with the totems and other drakes. But for this board is amazing anyway, and Mage definitely has an advantage here.
Yeah, the games that you described are also what my personal experience is with this matchup. Like that's exactly how it usually has went. But I think the scores that I have from this matchup is fairly even. It's not really like favoring. I might be wrong here. I haven't maybe played enough, so I could be wrong here. But in my opinion, from my experience, it's fairly even. It just comes down to whether the Shaman can survive to the late game or not.
Oh, he missed.
Oh
on
no!
The storm. He needed to kill
that sucks.
He needed to kill the Pilot Shredder. Even like getting something from the Shredder could help him if it would be an explosive sheep or a Doomsayer. But now it's just a 5/1 creature dealing 5 damage to face. The only good news for izual is that there is no turn 6 play for lifecoach.
Yep.
4 mana. How do you spend your 4 mana? You have to spend it well.
I don't know. It's looking really, really bad.
How much damage is there?
I think there's like 15.
With Frostbolt it should be over.
But yeah, it is. I believe it was 15 without that.
He was 1 damage off.
Okay. Yeah, 1 off.
Yeah, but the Frostbolt is over. So lifecoach is going to take game number 2. Well, this is game 3, so he's yeah, and he has a lead 2-1. Well, what's his last deck? Do you remember?
Handlock, or most likely handlock. We don't know for sure about it. Warlock anyway.
It reminds me when you like play tournaments and your opponent asks you to introduce your classes, and you say, "I play Rogue, Druid, and Handlock." It's like, oh, I'm sorry, Warlock.
Zoo.
Zoo. Yeah, definitely Zoo. So. So he has the Warlock, and izual, I wonder if he's going to take his Shaman again, like, you know.
It doesn't really matter, but like, do you want the stronger or the weaker matchup first? Like, do you want to fish for information about the deck with one of the your stronger deck first or something?
It's a very good point, because on one hand he has to win with this Shaman anyway against this Warlock at some point, and how does Shaman match? Like versus Handlock, it's okay.
Yeah, it should be fine. I might have went with the Druid first, just to make sure what kind of Warlock it is, because the Shaman mulligans are more different depending on if it's like demons or what kind of deck it is. Because with Shaman against a faster type of Handlock, I did it again.
It is a Handlock.
Yeah, we all know it's Handlock. It has to be Handlock.
Come on,
Lifecoach plays only Handlock, but anyway, like the Druid mulligans are pretty much the same. Aside from like, do you keep a big game hunter? No. Aside from if you keep big game hunter, yeah. Okay.
All right.
So knowing that, I'm sure he knows that it's a Handlock, so he's gonna keep the Hex. Maybe, yeah, the Haunted Creeper too, yeah.
Yeah, well, izual is an experienced player from Team No Mercy. He went through the qualifier. He is around.
Oh, he actually replaced the Hex.
He replaced the Hex. Well, maybe he knew that Hex would come back.
Oh yeah, he didn't want to.
All right. So if izual doesn't know that it's Handlock, it might be a bit awkward for him. But still, this matchup is more or less. This matchup is good for Shaman.
The reason why I felt like he should have kept the Hex is just to make sure that he has an answer to turn 4 Mountain Giant.
Yeah.
But in the end, he's still got a new one, so it doesn't matter.
He got the hacks, and he also has Airshock for Twilight Drake. So, Lifecoach, pretty good hand with both Twilight and Mountain Giant. He is happy about it. But then there are answers, and that's why Shaman originally was very good versus Handlock. We haven't seen that much Handlock lately, but Shaman has those answers, and right now did it change a bit? Like with the new cards, with Handlock running Dr. Boom and Jiraxus being a staple.
I don't know. I think it's pretty much the same. By the way, I probably would not have played the Haunted Creeper until I like to hero power as much as I can against Handlock.
Yeah, because one of the most important cards in this matchup is Flametongue Totem. So you do want to develop the board with a lot of small stuff, and then you play Flametongue and trade whatever you have. It's a very tricky matchup actually. Like you can't overextend because you can, but you do want to play as many totems as possible to get value from Flametongues.
Yeah, like the way I play it as the Shaman is that you just wait with if you have something like, let's say, Feral Spirits, you just keep hero powering early on, and you never play the Ferals before you see an AoE happen. Because early on, when you keep hero powering like 2, 3, 4 or so, the Handlock player quite often needs to, at some point, just AoE down the totems and like the small stuff.
Yeah,
so you don't want to give much value to it.
And it's basically a waste of AoE, kind of. But
kind of. But here I really want to see the Dark Bomb on that. You can't give Shaman cards. Shaman cards are so valuable. It's not a strong play. It's pretty bad that he couldn't play his big threat, but that's just something that he had to do.
What I want to see from Lifecoach here in this match is that he actually doesn't play Twilight Drakes before he sees Airshocks, and I've seen this a couple of times before, where the Handlock player, because he knows that Airshocks are in the opposing deck, they just played everything else, and at some point Shaman is forced to Airshock because you have to deal with the board, and after that on turns like 10, 12, you do play those Twilight Drakes, and they are actually still pretty good.
Yeah, that's how I played also. I've also heard some great players say that they prefer to play it early on, because then it's less likely that their opponent has an Earthshock. Because if you wait to turn 10 or something before playing it, and if Earthshocks haven't happened yet, you know that it's gonna be in there. But it's also like keeping the Drake is pretty good if you play low tap in the Handlock, because that's like a really strong turn to play the Drake. If you play it on turn 9 with the low tap, because then it's actually turning from tempo loss into tempo gain, because the Earthshock is going to be 6 mana.
Yeah. So how important is low tap in this matchup from Handlock perspective?
I think it's really good, because it blocks a lot of the play possibilities from the Shaman.
Alright, so here for the Shaman develops the board, develops the low tap, blocks the spells, but there are not that many spells for Lifecoach anyway. So I guess it might be the time to play the Giant. Because if you play the Giant, you do ask for hacks, or maybe the Flametongue Totem, and you have Dr. Boom for next turn.
Yeah, I think you have to play the Giant in this situation. What else could he do? Drake? It seems like it's either a Giant, Sun Fury, or Twilight Drake and Sun Fury.
You do want to kind of bait out hacks.
Yeah.
But you're probably not going to see hacks anyway. Like, even if you play the Giant, I would assume that Shaman is going to trade with my Giant and keep the hacks. But if he does use the hacks, that's great.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's great if he uses X on that, but it's like something that is kind of inevitable.
Come on, it's like 3 mana 8/8.
Okay, well, I guess they go even there. Both players paying 3 mana for that.
Why would you taunt here? To develop a minion on board and to like...
To also get the card out of your hand.
Yeah.
So that you can life tap on the following turns.
Okay, so...
It is pretty important to have that small minion doctor, even though it's small.
So izual decided to hex Mountain Giant, not trade his board into it, just
no
call the
surprise
board.
there.
Yeah.
Now if he's really good at the game, he's gonna roll a healing totem.
Oh man, let's see the skills.
Oh.
Almost there. Alright, so Shaman trades the board. He is able to keep his own. So take me through, take me through, how do you win as a Shaman and avoid the Moltens? Do you try to like one-shot? Because we see that there is no Doomhammer, no Rock Biters, no Burst. What Shaman has is mostly removal and big minions.
Yeah, you set up a strong board. You make it the board just as powerful that they have to clear it or they might fear dying, but not committing too much into it, and then you finish it with some kind of Rock Biter Alakir combo maybe, or Flame Tongue Alakir. That's the typical way. Also, sometimes if you have something like Azure Drake and a Lightning Storm, you can actually let your opponent play the Moltens because there's so much value. Because when the turn that Moltens come down, there's also going to be Taunter and there might be even something else. So you're guaranteed to get good value out of that. So if you have the spell power, but just a Lightning Storm is usually not enough. But Drake Lightning Storm, you can just let your opponent play those.
All right, that's really valuable to be able to trade the board after Moltens. So for izual now, he basically needs that one Rock Biter to have burst, and here he'll probably have to trade in. How do you trade this board?
I guess that's a bit low tip. Low tip into the Dr. Boom.
And a 1/2.
Yeah.
Then you kill one of the bombs with a spider.
If I didn't see Lifecoach's hand, I would actually be tempted to use one Earthshock here. But yeah, I don't know. Because you don't want that to roll high on the fire elemental or anything like that.
Alright, Azure Dragon Coin, Harvest Golem. Or with Zombie Chow, do you tot him up? Do you even play Zombie Chow?
No, you don't even play it. Oh, he's gonna...
Well, this
okay.
It is some board, right?
Yeah.
So it's not like Coin will be really useful next turn.
No, and the potential Hellfire is not that strong in the end.
Right. So also it's good to develop more minions because of a possible Siphon Soul. Like instead, as opposed to playing a singular Fire Elemental, it's better to play more minions.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good.
Okay, so now to Life Coach. He has a lot of options still. Yellow double Twilight Drake. Surely he doesn't have double Earthshock.
We know better.
Do you feel like he needs to clear this board?
No, it's too early for the AoE. I feel like Watcher,
Defender
is pretty solid.
Oh wow.
Oh, he's gonna go for the AoE.
Well, that's one of the beauties of Handlock. Like, you do have a lot of options, and still, I'm really commending Life Coach for not playing those Twilight Drakes, just keeping them till the Shaman is out of options.
Yeah, he would be in pretty bad shape, because that's 3 mana Tempolos right there with every Drake he plays.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fire Elemental, the 1/1, or do you Fire Elemental face?
I don't know why this would be better than Neptulon.
Maybe he's afraid of getting too many Murlocs in his hand. 3, 6, 7.
You could have
6.
It's likely that he would have picked up like 1 mana Murloc, and if he doesn't, I think he could have played one Earthshock. It's pretty awkward card to play later, because I feel like here he would have had an okay opportunity for it.
Well, if he deals 3 damage to face and top decks Rock Biter next turn, that's 12 plus 6, 18. Still not enough.
No. So you Siphon Soul or what else?
Well, maybe that was the reason, by the way.
Yeah, maybe.
It's like bait, Siphon Soul bait, and
it's almost the same stats.
he had, how much mana did he have? 8.
He had 8 mana.
So if you overload for free, you'll have 6 mana next turn. Yeah, I would
So he
prefer
could
Neptune.
still play the Fire Elemental.
Definitely, Neptune was more interesting there.
But I guess this is okay too.
So back to Life Coach, not playing those Twilight Drakes. He has Siphon Soul ready.
The reason why not to play the Neptulon, I guess, is that if he suspects his opponent to play a big Game Hunter.
He goes for Twilight Drakes. There's a rock biter for the next turn probably. Like you don't, you just airshock, double airshock this turn. This is such a temple loss.
I guess this is very Neptune. I mean, why would you not?
Because of Alakir maybe.
I think you could try to like set up lethal with Harvest Column and stuff.
Flame Tongue maybe as well. I don't know. Like totem up.
I don't know.
Well, you do have 7 mana because you do double airshock.
You obviously do it.
You can count if you do have lethal, but you don't. So
It's like one of those moments where I would really want to see the player faces. Like what? I mean, lifecoach doesn't really react that strongly, but some other players do.
oh, sometimes lifecoach does react.
Oh yeah, he does, I guess. But like when the second Earth Shock happened, it's like, are you kidding me?
All right, so the Murlocs are not that exciting. There is nothing really impacting.
Nope.
But those are cards. Those are minions that need to be removed. And
They're okay. Like after the Hellfire, you just throw in million Murlocs.
Definitely useful against Handlock. So Lifecoach pretty upset about the situation. Now he has to Siphon Soul, but he can only deal with 1. Izual, next time Izual has how much mana?
He's overloaded for 3, so and he
6 or 7.
He has 7.
So no way for Alakir.
No, not yet.
So no lethal yet for Lifecoach. There is Ragnaros.
That would actually be pretty good here. Kind of, like if he hits one of those minions.
Yeah, but if he doesn't, he's dead.
Yeah, he's able to be dead. It's pretty scary. And there could also be a Hex, like the last Hex could be there.
Alright, so back to Izual, who is having a full hand with a lot of stuff, and like Rock Biter, Alakir, dangerous for next turn.
Yep.
Even double Flame Tongue. It's like next turn he will be able. You probably don't go for face. Like you want to burst, but you don't want to see Molten Giants.
Just set up 2 minions that you can attack with first before playing the Alakir. Like next time you can do the Flame Tongue thingy. Oh, that's pretty good. That actually allows him to take out the Watcher if he wants to, because we haven't seen any Mortal Coils yet, so having the Fire Elemental down to 1 would not be so good.
Yeah, definitely attacking the Watcher here is nice, and developing some kind of board.
Yeah, Harvest Column seems reasonable.
But then you will be weak to Hellfire.
Not kinda, I guess. So maybe not attack.
Oh, the Harvest Golem is fine, but wait, is it lethal with Harvest Golem on here? No, not really. That's for
Okay,
team.
he better not attack into that now. Because the Hellfire Mortal Coil is gonna be pretty devastating if he does. Alright, good call there.
I like it. That was a good call.
Yeah, I think it was either like not play the Harvest Golem and kill the Watcher, or play the Harvest Golem and not attack.
Alright, Lifecoach is not dead because he has a heal bot still, but do you really feel like you need to heal bot? Like, do you need like you Hellfire this? Oh, you do Hellfire, and then you coil it to 1, and you have this 6/2 on board. So with the 6/2 on board, you do heal, and you go up to 25.
Yeah, that seems solid.
And that's not lethal, because it's 12, 18.
If possible, I would really love him to hold on to the Hellfire, because he already casted 1 Shadow Flame and he doesn't have the last one in his hand.
I like the Sylvanas play. Crackle, wow, that's so much damage here. Sylvanas is brilliant because you just seen double Earthshock.
It's pretty
and
good.
you see 1 Hex, so there's like only 1 Hex in Shaman's deck.
Yeah, strong play there.
Even though Shaman has a lot of cards in his hand, some of them are fishy.
I see what you did there.
Hashtag Nims jokes.
Oh my god.
Okay, here being Easel, you do have to deal with this somehow. Is this time to play some more Murlocs, try to kill Sylvanas? That's awkward.
There's no clean way to do this.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything with Flame Tongue Totem, and
Okay, another totem.
you can possibly, Yeah, you can Rogue Biter the 3-2 and attack into Sylvanas, and then you
Oh, alright.
Crackle. I guess Crackle instead of Flame Tone, because you keep Flame Tone
What does he
for
get?
Alak here.
Okay, that worked out. Oh. I mean, it worked out alright. Roping a little. I wonder if he wanted to play more
He
than
got roped!
just that. I wonder if he wanted to play more than just that one.
I think he did. Like, there was no reason not to play the Tide Hunter. Or is it Tide Caller?
Tide Hunter.
Tide Hunter.
That zoom in.
Well, we are not that good in remembering Murloc names, I guess.
No.
I think he wanted to play more, but then this was a really difficult turn. Like, whenever you have Sylvanas, and this is something I really like about Hearthstone, sometimes you do have super easy situations, like you know the traits, but this kind of board with Sylvanas being taunted, or like with Pilot Shredder, those boards are really complicated, and making the ideal play is...
Please play the Rag, because he knows that there's no Hex right now.
Yeah,
It's a really good play because of that.
Rag is definitely a very strong play here.
Even though it's like hitting face doesn't do that much, or hitting the Harvest Rune doesn't do that much, just getting that minion on the board is really strong in this situation.
It is. Oh,
Oh my goodness!
What a top deck!
Well, that was well timed.
I just wanted to say there's no way he can deal with this easily, and then
my
that happened.
Yeah, that was
Boom!
crazy.
Headshot from Big Game Hunter.
I mean, it could have also been in his hand already, but most Shaman don't necessarily run. Well, I don't actually know, but some Shaman don't. Some do.
Well, Izual does run one,
Yep.
especially for Ragnaros. Big Game Hunter hunting Rhinos and Firelords since 2014.
Oh. It was looking so good for lifecoach when he dropped the Rag, but then boom.
It's funny how he snap played BGH and then okay, now what?
No, what?
Now what?
Yeah. It was so obvious though. I can't really blame him for that.
Okay, he still has the Rock Biter Alakir combo, which is 12 concealed damage. So whenever he gets an opportunity,
He could even use that one here next. Oh, okay. Is he gonna?
well, that's
Okay.
a Hellfire turn.
Yep.
Whoa, Hellfire and Lothab even. It's not bad.
Unfortunately for him, he can't Hellfire and play a Molten.
Yeah, he also...
I guess the Lothab is fine.
Zombie Chow is kind of useless as well.
This is like such an obvious Hellfire right here. So much value in it right now.
Maybe you tap first. Oh no, you don't.
No, you probably want to chop the Lothab.
Yeah, stop the spells. And Lothab can trade with anything that's getting played.
How many cards does lifecoach have?
That's a good question.
There's like Jaraxxus and Shadow Flame.
Shadow Flame Jaraxxus for sure.
Dr. Boom.
Maybe Boom. No, wait, Boom has been played?
Did he? Or was
We
it?
had Boom bots on board.
Oh yeah, but whose was it?
Life coaches.
Okay. Yeah, it's been a long game, and it's like it's really difficult to remember if Dr. Boom has been played since it's been played in every game. So.
Yeah, such a weird game. Every turn they go to rope. And
I think this game has been going for half an hour now.
I think we are here for 3 days already. Alright, so Hellfire and Lothab is still the best play.
Yeah, you wanna get the 5/5 out there.
But to... Whoa, Lightning Storm. But to everyone watching still, guys, it's not like you see the obvious play and you snap play it. At this level, playing for this amount of pride and glory and money as well, you do have to think about everything.
When you play at home, if you see a good play, you might just do it fairly quickly. But in these situations, when you see a good play, you should still pause and think, because maybe there is an even better play available. And the stakes are, like you said, the stakes are so high that these guys really don't want to make any mistakes.
It's an elimination game. Like, you make one mistake, you don't silence your Ragnaros for the win, and then you lose 0-6. It happens.
Shots fired.
What? Did it happen? Did it actually happen?
It might have happened.
The Mountain Giant being picked here.
Ugh, he can't quite play that end to taunt. And there's no overload for the Shaman, so...
I'm kind of curious, Yana. How do you, because as a handlock you do have a lot of those good minions, but you are trying to exhaust resources from the Shaman. How do you win? Like, when do you start going for phase? Are you still afraid of those small guys and kill the Murloc and maybe develop the 8/8 or?
Yeah, you definitely want to keep clearing those. The way you win is quite often with the Molten Giants. Either that or you get a really strong early game where you just snowball and the Shaman can't deal with your, for example, the early threat, like the turn 4 Giant. That can win you the game sometimes if there's no hex for it. But in these type of games, it's all about the Molten Giants and just getting the setup, staying out of lethal range, not overcommitting to the board and just...
By the way, second Rock Biter is lethal. Oh, whoa, by the way, this is what you talked about. If Moltens are being dropped...
Yep. And now he actually doesn't really need to fear those that much.
Interesting.
2 damage of lethal.
Yeah, it must be really painful in training. It's like you're sitting on this Alakir with Rock Biter. You know you have so many outs and an elusive life coach is just escaping your grasp. Maybe you just develop the Flame Tongue Totem here, and you play Flame Tongue, you kill the 5/3 with a 3/1, and with Alakir, well, you might go for face.
Can't see the cards from, but there was Lightning Storm,
Lightning Storm, Flame Tongue,
Rock Biter, Alakir.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So Flame Tongue and killing the 5/3 with a 3/1 makes a lot of sense. Maybe you can go for face as well. Just
this is not an easy turn at all.
Rock Biter is 6 points of damage. No, wait. Rock Biter is +6, and Flame Tongue Totem is +6 as well. So basically, it's like the same, and you have Rock Biter for next turn. So you can go for face and hope there is nothing. Yeah. Okay. And so you take a gamble and you hope there is no taunt, or there is no Draxus, because you still have the Rock Biter.
This is actually quite interesting because the double lightning storms.
Yeah, exactly. Well, this is a very interesting board state. Also, well, there is a heal bot, so
yeah.
So it looks good for life coach, depending on the lightning storms.
I think you pretty much play your hand here if you Izual. Coil off the shield.
Interesting how you don't silence.
Trade the 5/3. Giant. Life tap is pretty bad.
You don't life tap here.
Tap first, always tap first.
Always tap first. Life coach, don't tap, man. Don't do it. I know you like drawing cards. Oh my god. Oops. That would be sick. I think I've actually seen Gara do it once. He was playing Handlock and he had lethal, but before he figured out lethal, he tapped and then he cancelled the way to win. Because it's like, oh, I need to tap every turn.
Giant. Don't heal, but he could even just play one giant. I wouldn't blame him, but I mean.
Yeah, but really, like, you play versus Shaman. Which
that's true. I mean, how does a Shaman? Well, double lightning storm.
Yeah, double lightning storm is exactly what he needs.
1 out of 3 he rolls a spell power totem.
He needs a spell power totem. Oh man, is it going to be
spell power?
Spell power totem? And he gets it!
Oh my goodness!
What? Wait, is it that full clear? It's 100% clear.
He still needs to roll like some high, because he might get a 3 rolls.
Okay.
He might get
oh man, first lightning storm. It's pretty good.
Yeah, so I would say that's pretty good.
And
does he kill the giants now?
Does he kill everything? Oh my, okay.
That was alright. I mean, he can rock biter the last giant.
Yeah, but wow, okay. I need to like figure out what just happened. So Izual was going, like he managed to almost clear everything. He was really close to clearing everything for free.
But I feel like Izual might have some difficult time closing out this game, because we know that Life Coach, even though he doesn't have the Jaraxxus quite yet, I'm sure it's in there.
Jaraxxus actually was a fan of not, Jaraxxus, Life Coach was a fan of not playing Jaraxxus at some point, remember? He had this build with Alexstrasza and Sneeds. So maybe this deck is actually not running Jaraxxus as well.
It could be.
Well, definitely he doesn't have any more Giants, and no Twilight Drakes, no Dr. Boom. So Jaraxxus, if he runs it, is no Ragnaros even. Wow, Izual went through so many bombs. He dealt with everything. Thanks for silence. Because he has Sylvanas?
I don't know why he tanked there.
Alright, we see the hand. There is Belcher, which is not bad, and wow, who wins from this point? Lifecoach is actually pretty low.
I don't know. Depends what they have left. I don't know exactly what's in Israel's deck, and apparently I don't also know what's in Lifecoach's deck, because it might be that he's not running the Jaraxxus.
I would not guess that this game is going to go this way. Well, you kind of called it as a strategy.
The lightning storm thing, yeah, but this is like this is pretty weird.
This is so awkward. But the shaman is actually still really high on health. 21. It's not something that the handlock can burst through.
Yeah, and the shaman should have more cards left than the handlock does because of the life tapping. So if it runs out of cards.
Still, Lifecoach can't really tap here because he is at 5.
Okay.
Hex for.
Yeah.
It actually is crazy that he went through all the bombs and he still has 1 more Hex in his deck.
You definitely Hex here. I mean, he's already killed 4 giants, Ragnaros, and the Dr. Boom.
Yeah.
That's like.
What if Lifecoach actually runs Sneeds?
Sneed, Soul Shredder. That would be pretty greedy, I would say, even with the drag and stuff.
Okay, Haunted Creeper is going to get dropped here.
I don't know why you would save the Hex, really, like, just because of what's already been played. Like, usually in this matchup you don't Hex that, but in this situation with so many threats gone already.
The reason is you kind of contest this board anyway. Because you do have the spider. But then, like, if you kill...
Yeah.
Well, alright, not really. I think
you're taking so much damage here, too.
Okay, I think you do Hex.
Yeah.
And Lifecoach, you probably still have 1 more Crackle in your deck. So Lifecoach is in a situation where...
2 cards later. The heal, but it's probably not.
Wait, was this the one to last card?
Almost out of cards, so he has 1 more left.
1 more card. And 1 more... Alright, so if the last card is Jaraxxus...
I don't think it is.
I don't think either. He probably runs Ragnaros instead of Jaraxxus.
I remember playing like some people who I don't remember who it was, but I think it was someone from Lifecoach's team who was running a handlock without Jaraxxus. So it might be like a Team Nihilum thing that they have come to this conclusion and have like let's say for example Harrison Jones. Like Harrison Jones is common and you don't want to lose to that.
Yeah, true.
Because I remember at the EU Lifecoach was actually running a lineup where he was planning druids. Okay, well.
The last card is a BGH.
Yeah, so no Jaraxxus.
Oh my god. So Lifecoach is out of cards and out of options.
Wow.
He has the board. If Izual is going to clear this somehow. He still has 1 more Fire Elemental, I believe. That would be a huge top deck.
Yeah.
Ragnaros would be a pretty good card. He is running 1.
It's probably because that he doesn't have Jaraxxus because of Harrison Jones, because I remember that the EU regions, I think Lifecoach was running some kind of like strategy to play on, and that's game. He's not getting through.
Yeah, he's not getting through that Belcher. That Belcher is going to stop Lifecoach.
Yeah, that's game right there.
No more life taps.
So we're actually gonna have a game 5 here.
This is one of the most amazing Shaman versus Handlock games I've seen.
This was really good.
Oh man, those guys are on a level. Izual proving his skills, winning versus a Lifecoach here, and tying the series. So everything will come down to the last decks. Lifecoach?
Yeah. Against what was the remaining class?
So Lifecoach will have to take his handlock again, and he needs to win with that handlock. And by now, Izual knows every single card in a deck.
Yeah, and that's one especially important piece of information is that there's no Jaraxxus.
No Jaraxxus, and there is Ragnaros. Then you know what's happening. And for Izual, the last deck was... Oh man, I don't remember, but let's see it quickly. There is a Druid. That's a very good matchup for the Druid. Or is it? Originally it was. Like
it's pretty good, I think.
Depends which Druid is that. Like double combo is... I would say double combo is good versus handlock.
Yeah, but there's a lot of variations of Druid, and if there's... A lot of things can happen. Like, for example, the biggest thing is that if there is a big game hunter or not. Because if the first giant doesn't get answered, handlock is almost unstoppable.
Yeah, because then the Druid is behind and it's really hard to deal with. But then if Druid gets all the correct cards, which is BGH and Keeper, and then he gets the combo at some point, he can actually one-shot the handlock before handlock can stabilize.
Again, Druid starts threatening lethal really early.
Okay, the game is going to start. Last game of this match, izual versus lifecoach, Druid versus Handlock. The winner will advance, the loser is going to go home. Who is going to win? I'm excited.
Me too.
Oh man. So what do you say about this hand for lifecoach? What is lifecoach looking for versus Druid?
Drake is pretty good. You want the threats for turn 4 really. So you just go for the Twilight Drakes and the Mountain Giants.
Alright, and which one do you play first? Like, do you value Mountain Giant better because there is a lesser chance for a BGH than Keeper of the Grove?
It kind of depends actually, because sometimes you find like a board state where if there was, for example, no Wild Growth, and the Druid is gonna have only 5 mana on the following turn or 4, you might be tempted to play the Keeper. I mean the Drake first, because even if there is a Keeper, it still trades for that. So, but if there was a Wild Growth from the Druid and the Druid is gonna have access to 6 mana already, the Drake might kind of die for free.
Alright, for now we see that a lifecoach has a pretty good hand with the Twilight Drake Mountain Giant coin. And for izual, that's one of the worst hands I've seen. But we said that before.
It's pretty bad.
We said that before.
But one Wild Growth can completely change it around. If he picks up, let's say, a Wild Growth and then a Piloted Shredder, the game is still gonna be pretty close.
So based on the previous games we've seen, where Druid has the worst possible opening and still wins the game, who do you think has an edge right now?
Wow, that's a tricky question.
Right?
I guess that Druid is doing alright.
Possibly.
This is also like, it's so huge, because he can just pick up that one big game hunter, and if lifecoach chooses to play the Mountain Giant first, it's suddenly looking pretty good.
Yeah, we can still see the BGH top deck.
The game is far from over, but I definitely like the handlock hand here.
Yeah.
Way more. The first play for izual is on turn 5.
Oh my god, it's like when you shapeshift on turn 3 as Druid, it doesn't really feel good.
You must be in pain right now. Game 5 of such important series, and you get a hand like that.
You went for being izual, you went for a Polish qualifier, you won versus some decorated Polish players, you qualified here, you got to play versus lifecoach. You endured 4 games of going to rope, and you got him to the 5th game with a good matchup, basically.
Yeah.
And then your hand gets jinxed.
It's pretty devastating.
Well, the game is not over yet. Like, we fought the Handlock versus Shaman was over, and the izual masterfully actually turned the game around and won.
Yeah.
And this only proves that he really has the mental strength to go against lifecoach. He is not giving up, he is making good decisions, and he can take this game to fatigue if he wants to.
Yeah, sure. Wow.
So here, shapeshift phase. No, well,
Right, I guess.
draw a card.
No, you probably just kill it. Which one did you go for?
I think I would
he
draw.
draws,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. I would try.
I guess that's not threatening at all. Yeah, I like the draw.
Yeah, like Zombie Chow is
Think
not doing
more.
anything.
Yeah, that's true.
You need to really increase the quality of your hand.
Yeah,
Because
he did pick up the thinner, right?
you can still win this match, as you said, if you pick up the counters, and you pick up the counters by drawing cards.
The inner weight is really, really good, because that actually allows him to play the lower next turn to try to maximize his chance of finding the big game hunter and
Yeah, and then even a combo.
silences. Yeah.
Like, what izual needs to do here as Druid, he needs to increase the quality of the plays. Like, every turn after turn 5, he needs to make an absolute best play that the Druid can do. And to do it, he needs the cards, and this will allow him to maybe win this game. But for lifecoach, well, for now he has everything.
Yeah, pretty much. What else could you hope for? I don't even know. I guess like Sun Fury. No, he doesn't need anything.
For this turn? For this turn?
No, for this turn he needs absolutely nothing. He just needs to pick if he wants to play the Drake or the Giant. I would probably lean towards the Drake here. It's a bit safer, and also next turn he can play the Giant still for 3 mana.
I kind of like the Giant because, well, I actually prefer Twilight. But I prefer Twilight because there is nothing on the board. Like, normally if there will be anything on the board, I would prefer... if there will be something on the board, I would prefer Giant, because I think like there is a lesser chance for BGH than Keeper of the Grove. But if there is nothing on the board for Druid, I can play Twilight, and then he plays Keeper, and I either trade or go for face and do something with the Keeper.
Yep.
that's why Twilight.
Does he pick up the big game? That's the big question.
He doesn't.
No.
So this play actually works for Life Coach.
Yeah, it's buggers it really well. Now he can play the Drake, going out the Dark Bomb and trade the Zombie for the lore.
And there is still no Keeper of the Grove for izual, so he is in really bad shape right now.
Yeah.
You can even go for face.
Oh my goodness.
Like, well, alright, Dark Bomb is pretty good. But then Giant goes for face. And that's a very powerful board. Nothing really to do here.
8 to face.
Like, he needs to drop both Keeper of the Grove and BGH. And have one more mana crystal.
But Pilot Destroyer is not as good.
This is a situation that
painful.
Druid sometimes ends up in. Like, you do have a lot of great cards, but you only have 6 mana.
Yeah.
And can play only one of them.
It really hurt him that he didn't have the Wild Growth, because he would have been able to play more stuff faster.
Yeah, so for now it's just Belcher and pass. It's so bad, like it's not even mana efficient.
It's awful.
Life Coach gets the BGH.
Yeah.
He can't play it! He can't play it! Alright, so what do you do here? You can, like, Siphon Soul seems weird, but maybe that's the play, and deal another 8. And, well, Sledge Belcher being played by izual says to Life Coach, hey, I don't have BGH and Keeper. What's up?
I really like the Siphons here.
Yeah, and with Siphon you just
To get the 8 to face.
You clear 8 to face, and the situation on board is the same. You still have Twilight, you still have the Giant, and the Druid has to do something with it.
Yeah, and you just saw that he doesn't have answers to the existing minions on the board.
Yeah. Also, Life Coach does have the Hellfire, like to deal extra damage if needed.
I wouldn't hate the Defender here, but then you don't get the 8 to face.
Is there lethal with like 8 to face? There's 14 and there's 12, 15. That's actually lethal if there is no taunt.
Okay.
Is he going? Oh, Defender.
Yeah. This is fine. This is completely fine.
Is it lethal next turn? Like 11? No, it's like 9, 14, 16.
No, not quite. Oh, it actually is if he only plays minions and doesn't hero power, because that's like 16 on the board and 6 more from the hand. So that's actually exactly.
He will have 7 mana. No, yeah.
Yeah, he can do Hellfire or Dark Bomb. Wait, is there? There is
There's no Dark
There
Bomb.
is no Dark Bomb.
There is no
He
Dark
already
Bomb.
casted it. That's true. Yeah, he already casted it.
But still, for izual, it's a slow agony. He can't really respond to this board.
Yeah, awful hand, just awful.
We've seen those matches before. I think it was Kaur. He was playing double BGH to counter the handlock. It was in Stockholm. He never got it. He never got any of them.
If you're izual boys, then this is really painful to watch.
Yeah, izual boys, give me some Bible thumbs. Definitely. izual from No Mercy. That was a good run, but it's tough. Siphon Soul and so much damage. You do even win with those Hellfires next turn. Whatever happens.
Life Coach with a BM. No.
Life Coach BMing?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Life Coach, please.
Well, that was anticlimactic there with the game 5.
Alright. After this amazing shaman versus headlock.
It's like the exact opposite.
Alright, this can happen, guys. This can happen in Conquest. So, Life Coach defeating izual 3-2 in an amazing series, even though the last game was kind of one-sided, is advancing to the finals. So, Life Coach is going to join Nalguiden, Ardiu, and Indren. 2 players from Nihilum already advancing to the top 8. That's pretty impressive. izual boys, we'll have to say goodbye to izual from No Mercy. But one more player from No Mercy is still here. Aikili, I believe, is from No Mercy as well. So No Mercy not eliminated from the tournament. There are still some Polish players fighting. But yeah, Life Coach advancing, and he will come to Poland, he'll come to Katowice and play with his teammate RDU in the top 8 with other players. That was an amazing series.
Yeah, sure was. That last game made me a little bit sad because it was like so, yeah. Well, you saw it. But the series was good.
Yeah, it can definitely happen. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching till now. We still have 4 more series to go, I believe. And we are having a lot of fun. I hope you're having a lot of fun as well. We're going to a short break right now, but then don't go anywhere. We will be back.